Well, I hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday with us because, of course, we are. But you know what? It's all about tomatoes this morning. This is a very, very interesting fruit. They come in different shapes, colors, sizes.
Yes.
And Zola's about to school us on what you can find and also how to make your own sun-dried tomato.
Yes, because sun-dried tomatoes are very expensive. And it's the height of summer. Tomatoes are at their best. You can get all sorts of varieties now.
Yeah.
So it's worth making your own for when you want, in the winter months, you want a tasteful tomato.
Brilliant.
Tasty tomato.
So first of all, take us through this beautiful,
How
colourful
beautiful.
bowl of tomatoes.
A few years ago, we couldn't dream of getting these unless you grew them
Yeah.
yourself. But now the supermarkets have caught on and they've started selling amazing varieties. So things like this is a tiger stripe tomato.
Wow.
You get them in big form or, cherry tomato form.
Wait, let's just take a look at that. I mean,
it's beautiful.
That is absolutely beautiful.
It's a picture. And then here we've got a green tomato. I'm sure you've heard of the movie Fried Green Tomatoes.
Indeed.
This would be the tomato that they use. Back, a few years ago, you could only probably find them in America and they were only sort of harvested there. But now we can
it's
get
ripe,
them here.
eh?
It's ripe. It's ready to eat. It's as sweet as a red tomato. This is a pink tomato. It might look like it's not very ripe, but it's actually the variety. So this is a pink tomato. This is a yellow tomato, and so called that, okay? And then this is a very interesting one. This is a beef tomato, boof.
A boof tomato.
A boof tomato, exactly. So it's just, the texture is very beefy and it's just strong in flavor. It's meaty rather, not beefy, but meaty. Okay, so let's move on to making your own sun-dried tomatoes.
Okay.
So
just a quick question. I haven't tasted, obviously mostly you buy the normal type of tomatoes, you get the red ones, but I mean, do they all taste different? So unique taste about them?
I mean, depending on when they're picked, they all taste slightly different. I mean, a green tomato tastes very different to, a red tomato, but I mean the tomato flavor is pretty much across the board the same. Just pick them at their ripest, and now at the height of summer is the best time to eat tomatoes. So it's the best time to actually make your own sun-dried tomatoes.
Okay, cool.
So what I did there is I cut across on the top, so you just score the top. Then you plunge it into boiling water. Only takes a few seconds. And then the skin comes off, straight into iced water. There was ice in here, it's really hot in the studio. And then basically you peel the skin off.
Oh wow, it just peels off.
It just peels off very quickly. Make sure you don't keep it in the water for too long, otherwise, your tomato will turn to mush, of course.
So and then just to get the skin loose.
Just to get the skin loose, cut it into either quarters. This is a bit of a big one, so I'm gonna cut it into 6. Okay, so into wedges, like so. Pop them onto a tray, like this.
That's it.
And then a bit of thyme, a bit of salt and pepper, a bit of olive oil, and then into the oven at 100 degrees. So very low oven temperature.
So just pop everything together like this?
Pop everything together, just lay them all on a tray, however many you're gonna do. 100 degrees for about 2 to 3 hours, and they dry up, and it takes away the moisture, therefore heightens the flavor.
That is brilliant.
And then you can just store them in some olive oil. They're ready to use all through the year. If you have like a botched batch of tomatoes, which isn't so tasty, you pop a few of those and it brings the whole flavor up.
That is so cool because, like you say, I mean, sun-dried tomatoes, absolutely brilliant in salads.
Yes.
It's got a very unique flavor. And stay tuned because a little bit later on, we're going to show you how to grow your own tomato so that you can have the whole package yourself, right? Lovely. And you look like a nice tomato this morning with your red shirt. So
thanks, I tried.
That is a compliment, just by the way.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Now, of course, we are hanging out with We Set Sail, phenomenal band this morning. And after the break, they are going to be cooking one of their favorite meals. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss it.